Yay, we're live! Woo!
Yay.
Welcome to hour 23 of Adventurers Wanted! Woo! Love it. Right, I'm Chris. I will be your DM for the next hour. Here's what we're doing. We're playing a tabletop role-playing game, and we're called Adventurers Wanted. We play live games in London and in Edinburgh, and you are currently in hour 23 of our adventure, because we literally tell a story for 100 hours, so you're coming in halfway through. So we're very happy to explain what's going on at any point during the show. If you are confused, please let us know. So, just for the benefit of everyone here, this is a relaxed performance. That means we have a relaxed attitude to sound and movement from the audience. And for the benefit of... Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a technically relaxed performance. It is a basically relaxed performance, but not quite relaxed performance, because there will be loud noises, because we're playing sound effects from the back. Like that one. There will be sound effects from the back. But in all other ways, we are a relaxed performance. That means a relaxed attitude to sound and movement in the audience for the benefit of anyone who wouldn't be able to sit still or be silent for an hour. The lighting will stay exactly the same as this, and if you need to take a break for any reason, there are doors where you came in. Please pop out and perhaps take a break and come back in whenever you're ready. If you can't get in through those doors because you need a key fob, which is the case, then do find a sweet staff member who'll be able to help you. If in the room you need assistance, our stage manager, Nemo, is right there. Nemo, give us a wave, and if anyone needs any assistance in the room, please let them know, either by going over or giving them a wave yourself. Right. What are we doing? We're playing a tabletop role-playing game. That means the four people to my left and right are playing characters in a universe that I control. What does that mean? It means that whenever things happen, we try and collaboratively tell a story and form a narrative together. And to make sure that we all do so fairly and don't just suggest random things that we can do at any given point in time, we use dice to make sure there's some sense of semblance and rules. A 20-sided dice is what we use, what I'm holding in my hand here. 1 is awful, and a 20 is brilliant, so feel free to boo or cheer, depending on how you feel about the character. So, the story to date. We are in the country of Deriland. Deriland was attacked 5 years ago by an ancient elder god, which destroyed basically everything. And the cult it left behind has been ruling over Deriland and has enslaved a large amount of the population who they've been getting to mine ore out of the ground. Where else do they mine it from, Chris? Come on. The ore that they have been mining has been taken by the cult for some nefarious, mysterious purpose which is still being unearthed. In the meantime, a rebellion has formed, and a lot of the different players here have been part of said rebellion, fleeing the town of Holmwood and freeing some nearby dwarf barbarians, elf rangers, and human sorcerers in a panoply of fantasy tropes and cliches. They have now taken the fight to the capital city, Goldcrest, and they have taken Goldcrest, and they have started to take the castle on the hill where the last remnants of the cult remain, including the terrible Lady Mezoth, who is in charge. At this point in time, a small advance force has snuck in, and as they sneak into the castle, they have found that quite a few of the cultists are remaining in the central courtyard of said castle, and the Lady Mezoth herself is standing by the keep, commanding them all to hold fast against the oncoming tide. Let's introduce the characters, and then once we have the characters, let's dive into the story. Starting on my right, can you please give me your character's name? Can you give me your name as well? And can you give me the pronouns that your character prefers, and a bit about your character as well?
Well, I am Chris Mackenzie, and I will be playing Emmett Killigna tonight.
Tonight? It's midday, man.
Well, I don't know, I can't see the sun here. But he's quite a character with a nervous disposition. He is a human storm sorcerer.
Yep.
And he doesn't quite like fighting, but he does what he must. But can I be at the back of the party, please?
Of course. Do you prefer he, him pronouns?
He, him, will be fine.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Hey.
Sorry, I'm just publicising. My name is Naomi. My personal pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Roberta Risk, elf bard extraordinaire, war journalist, former academic, knew everything was going on. She, her pronouns for her as well.
Lovely. Dom.
I'm Dominic Allen, and I'm playing Testus Windbotherer. Gifted with magical powers that he is struggling to understand as he makes his way in the big wide world.
Human sorcerer, right?
Human sorcerer, yes, indeed.
He, him pronouns?
He, him pronouns, yeah.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Simon.
My name is Simon Mader. I am playing a dwarf barbarian called Constance Payne. Struggling with the death of his wife, he's taken up adventuring to avenge her.
Was she killed by the cult?
Probably.
Good. Okay.
As long as that's the case.
As far as he's concerned, yes. Yeah, him is good.
Thank you.
And he's got a big hammer.
A big hammer.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hammer
Good.
time.
It's hammer time.
No,
His,
that's not his
his catchphrase is "It's hammer time."
Maybe.
Okay.
I haven't decided on that one yet.
Good. Chloe, can we have some war music?
War music.
Yeah.
It's
Let's-
the steam train.
That's me wind bothering.
Let's have some. Yes, the war is about to start because, Roberta,
Oh god.
you have entered the courtyard.
Yep.
There are a couple hundred cultists and some of their horrible Gru companions, these massively, horrifically deformed dog-like humanoids with far too many teeth in their mouths and spindly, horrible legs, and much for some of the larger ones that are called manglers, with even more of these horrific bone spurs and arms poking out of them, are in this courtyard that you have snuck into with some of your allies who are not playing in this hour and thus will not be taking any actions.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Right, I was given very specific instructions to get a signal out of the castle when I was in there and had managed to stop the thief. So my plan of action right now is to find the entrance. Find the entrance to the drawbridge.
Okay.
Find the way to get them in,
Mm-hmm.
and then send my signal,
Yep.
and then hide for
Lovely.
a little bit until reinforcements come.
Oh no, we can do that, Roberta. That's absolutely fine.
Great.
So,
I'm sure I'll live through. Thank you. Thank you.
can you please make a deception check, since you are currently pretending to be a cultist?
I'm supposed to be good at this.
You are supposed to be good at this. Let's see what actually happens.
I took proficiency in this because I knew this was coming.
What level
So
are
I'm
you?
super good at it. I'm level 5.
4.
4. Sorry, 4. Yeah, I'm level 4, but I've got an 18 dexterity and an 18 charisma. I rolled 7 plus 6, 13. So that's not
13. Roberta, at the far end of this courtyard, this Lady Mizoth, who you've only ever heard about at this point, is standing at the foot of the keep, where there are slightly raised steps going up, so she has a bit of a raised profile, people can see her better, is standing at the top, commanding her forces to hold fast against the oncoming tide. A lot of the cultists are listening to her. Some are clearly on guard duty, looking out over the front of this castle, where there is a drawbridge, a portcullis, a moat, but not filled. It has spiky wooden bits in it. And the pathway goes down the mountain to a barbican, largely destroyed, where most of your remaining forces are. She is currently commanding them all to hold steady and hold fast, but she is not paying close attention to who is in the courtyard. She is just delivering a speech. Cultists around you are listening, they are engaging with what she is saying, and they don't appear to be paying you that much mind. What would you like to do?
So the way I'm going to play that, like, she wasn't very good at that, it's just her looking, going, uh-huh, and then slightly look around for, yeah, that's not bad. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes, Lady Mizoth, sure. And then I'm gonna
There is a cheer from the crowd around you.
Yeah!
You join in, convincingly, sort of. No one seems to be paying you that much mind. They appear to be focused on something else. They roll with disadvantage.
Great. Okay, so, I'm going to try and sneak around to the front. So there's guards up there, right?
There are cultists and guards currently looking out over the front to make sure that nothing untoward is happening. They are also listening to the speech, so they are currently distracted.
Okay, cool. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to try and stealth around and let the drawbridge down close to
Now, just on a rules basis, just so we make sure we're on the same vein here. If you stealth, that means you're trying to hide, which
Yeah.
means you are doing what I can only describe as tiptoeing around people, which they might see as a little bit suspicious.
I'm gonna-
If you roll deception checks, you're trying to pretend to be one of them.
Sure, let's do that then. Fine,
Lovely.
thank you. Okay, so yeah, I'll try and walk through as though, like, oh, I'm supposed to be on guard duty right now. Let's
Well, you rolled a 13. We can keep that if
yeah,
you like.
cool, that's fine.
At this point,
Yeah.
I've already rolled for it. A lot of them aren't paying attention to that at all. They see another person in cultist robes. You are an elf. There's no reason to think you wouldn't be part of said cult, and it's not like you have any particular markings or things that would make you stand out in a particular way.
They were covered by the love robes.
Exactly. So at this point, you are just making your way through. You do notice you pass through the cultists that quite a few of them are various different humanoid races. It's not like they're all humanoid, all human or all elves or anything like that. They appear to be a wide range. It doesn't appear to be too racist a cult.
Yeah, considering like what Ted told us in the last hour, which is like he joined because he was scared.
Correct.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And there's a lot of fear on the faces of the cultists as you pass through them. This is very definitely a group of people unsure as to what's happening next. You've already uncovered as part of the story and speaking to other characters that quite a few of these cultists are a little bit nervous and scared. Their god abandoned them here and the cult hasn't been able to contact him. Possibly that's why they're mining the ore. You don't know yet. So you make your way through groups of people. One of them, as you walk past, gives you a quick look up and down. He doesn't recognize you. Just giving you a look. Stops. Says, "Excuse me. I don't think I know you."
I don't think I know you either.
Right.
Maybe we haven't had the pleasure.
I don't know. I think I know everyone in the cult around here.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know Ted?
Oh, the guy who does the jail cell stuff. Yeah, wimpy little guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, 'cause that's-
Do you know Ted?
No, I know Ted.
Where do you know Ted from?
I was there.
You're one of the prison guards.
Well, I sort of have to potter around a little bit because, like, I'm trying to...
What's your job?
My job in the cult is, So I'm actually trained to be one of the more supervisor people. So
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm like, you know, I'm making my way round, like, just trying to make sure I understand what everyone's job is, so then when I do become a supervisor, I'm
Oh, you've just been promoted.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Right. Yeah. Cool. Roll persuasion check.
It's not me deception because I'm super light.
You're already deceiving and you failed that. You can try and persuade him now.
Oh, no, 13 again.
13.
Yeah.
This cult follows the supermarket model.
On the management track.
I don't think I know you.
That's fair enough. I don't really think I'm
No, as in I don't think you're part of this cult.
No, I am.
Wait here. Oi! Could someone bring me an overseer, please? You can make a break for it.
I took C invisibility and not invisibility.
That is your call!
That was my call.
What do you want to do? So, there is someone coming over who looks like they're more in charge.
Can I try and stealth away? I think that's the only way I can do. I'm trying to just...
With disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah, with this. Oh, that was better. That's +6, so that is a... So I rolled a 17 and a 15.
Yes.
21.
21.
Yeah.
Come over here. Do you know... Where's she gone? Sound the alert! They know there's someone in here now, and the cult are now scrambling to try and find you. You've rolled a 21, which is very high. They're not rolling with advantage. You see what I rolled, mate? Yeah, it's a natural 20.
Clever one, it was really nice playing this character, but I'm going to go write another one.
Nay.
Yeah.
You are currently stealthing into the drawbridge area. There is a portcullis that needs to be dealt with and a drawbridge needs to be dealt with. Most of the cult members are not looking for you and you are sneaking. I will allow you to tell me what you'd like to do and then we'll see how we can fit it all together. What would you like to do before you are probably caught?
My priority is going to be the drawbridge because I feel like we can smash through the portcullis.
Okay.
But the drawbridge we can't like recreate that, so I want to get the drawbridge down.
Good.
And if I can get the portcullis out, that's great. But drawbridge is priority.
Do you want to give the signal as well?
I do want to give the signal as well.
Do you want to give the signal before you go for the drawbridge? So what's the order of these three
drawbridge,
things?
Signal,
Drawbridge,
portcullis.
signal, portcullis.
Yeah.
Lovely. You sneak into you sneak up above the gate where you know the levers for the portcullis and the drawbridge will be, and you are correct, they are there. You make your way in. There are two cultists in there, currently standing around, looking a bit confused. Someone said something about intruders. You've just walked in. What would you like to do?
I have nothing to help with this.
They are currently fresh and don't know who you are.
Quick, we need to lower the drawbridge. There's someone in here. We need to make sure we're able to get them out.
Roll a deception check.
Worst lie. Alright. That's 16.
16. Yeah, alright, fine. One of them goes and literally pulls one of the levers, and the drawbridge starts slowly going down over the spikes behind. The other one next to him looks at you. So we're lowering the drawbridge to get the intruder out.
Well, yeah, apparently they have something really dangerous.
Oh, right, okay. Should we do the portcullis as well?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Alright, fine. Oh my god. He lowers the port. He throws another thing, and the portcullis starts open. There's shouts from outside. Why are we letting them in? What's going on?
Right, I need to leg it down this road while I'm playing this signal that I made it say.
So are you going to run out of this room and run out of the drawbridge and portcullis while blowing on your ocarina to give the signal?
Yeah. Worst idea I know, but I'm gonna do it.
No. I'm happy with this. Right.
Yeah, that's why it's a bad idea.
The three of you. You have all been part of the rebellion, and you've been part of this invading force that's taken Goldcrest. And you have been told to wait here in the town square, just in front of the Barbican that leads up. Barbican's like a small forecastle, before it goes up the hill to this area for the signal. As all three of you watch this, the drawbridge starts to open, and the portcullis starts to rise. And Simon, the leader of the rebellion, is probably a bit strong for Simon. The human who is nominally in charge goes, well, I think I might be the signal, guys. I don't know. I don't know if that's a signal. I mean, the way-in's clear. There's supposed to be an ocarina, at which point... Right, that's the signal! Everybody go! And people around you are starting to charge up the hill to engage the cult.
Constance Payne is sharpening his hammer.
Sharpening his hammer.
Puts it on his back and just says, "This is for you, Clara." And just starts heading towards the
You running?
fight.
You dashing up?
Sharp hammer.
Oh yeah.
Are you dashing up the hill?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Tess. I look back to see where my friend is.
I'm jogging somewhere in the middle.
Emmett.
Keen
just
but
behind.
unsure.
Keen but unsure.
Oh, are we going now? Oh, this. Oh, please don't end.
Don't be scared, there's plenty of us.
Really, Testus? Okay, fine. Emmett, are you running with Testus and with Constance? Sorry.
Keep me at least like 5-10 feet behind them.
Okay, fine, no problem. You are part of a larger cohort of barbarians, dwarven barbarians, elf rangers, and human sorcerers that are, by and large, charging up this hill.
Emmett's just getting like swept up, and he doesn't want to be going forward, but
He's
just the
going.
amount of people behind him, he has to, or he's getting stomped.
I see. In the meantime, Roberta, you have run out of the guardhouse, are running down the stairs. You play your ocarina, and you dive towards the portcullis. Cultists around you are noticing that something is amiss, and they're going to try and stop you.
I would also like to try and hide if they don't stop me.
Well, I'm going to give them a couple of chances to stop you, because it only seems fair.
No,
Is that fair?
That's fair. I've just blown an ocarina and played 2 notes. So
Can you please make me 2 wisdom saving throws?
I can do that actually.
Thank you.
Not well. But
Well, that's the game.
oh,
Yes, you are a bard. No, it's paralyzed. I'm afraid not.
okay.
What's the first roll?
that was a 19,
Yeah, that's fine.
and that was an 8, which I'm sure is not fine.
Roberta, as you run, the first spell washes over you and you knock it aside. You are now running across the drawbridge. However, as you first step onto land on the far side of the drawbridge, suddenly you're paralyzed and you fall. A
Don't.
paralyzed body in the middle of the drawbridge where the army is approaching,
Don't.
just lying there.
Don't.
Cultists, as you can now see, there are a couple coming, and the drawbridge and the portcullis are currently in motion. The drawbridge was going down. It is now slowly winching up. It's far easier to lower a drawbridge than it is to raise it. The portcullis as well is slowly coming down. You are currently running towards the front of the castle. It looks like if you don't do something quickly, you will be left out in the open where there are arrow slits to the side and space above the top that can shoot down at you with precipitous ease.
To the fight.
To the fight.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm right behind you.
Are you charging ahead of everyone else, Constance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hammer in hand.
Excellent. As you charge forward, you can quite easily, with a good athletics check, roll it for me.
Okay. Oh, athletics.
Yes, please.
I've got this, guys. +6.
Yeah.
16.
Perfect. You manage to leap and easily leap over the slightly raised drawbridge. Roberta, he has run past you.
Please don't trample.
You're paralysed. You can say nothing.
I can say
I don't trample her.
I'm going to think it real hard and hope for the best.
You are standing on the drawbridge that suddenly, under your considerable muscular weight, is and is slowly bending, but they are still pulling the drawbridge up. You are going to be running down an inclined plane.
I sort of skid.
You're going to
slide
skid.
down.
Nice. There are 2 cultists ahead of you. What would you like to do?
I leap off the skid and hit one of them with my hammer.
Make an attack roll.
Okay. Strength check. Strength.
Attack roll. Just a pure attack roll with your warhammer.
14. Oh, with a warhammer.
Yep.
6.
20. You absolutely hit the cultist. Roll for damage. Are you raging at this point?
Not yet.
You're not raging yet.
No,
Okay.
I haven't really thought about my dead wife that hard.
Okay.
But it's happening. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 points of damage. We have a warhammer smack, please. Oh! You smack one of the cultists directly between the eyes. They fall back poleaxe, not dead, but severely, severely injured. The one next to you is still there. However, the 2 of you are about to get to the drawbridge, which is now about 5 foot up, and you can potentially get over and help your ally. What would you like to do, Testis?
So if I jump, that would be athletics, wouldn't it?
Yes, you
But
are
I
a
can-
sorcerer with
I have
tempestuous
tempestuous
magic. Yes.
So if I cast something, I have to cast something to achieve that, though, right?
I will allow you to summon the storm around you and make yourself fly up 5 feet to get a clear line of sight against one of the allies, if you wish. One of the enemies, sorry,
In fact,
if you
I'll
wish
go
to.
up the full 10 feet,
Lovely.
and then I will cast something.
Testus,
at
you run forward, and as the drawbridge seems to be rising ahead of you, you manage with your magic to leap off the ground, and you are blown into the air by this wind you summon beneath you.
Yeah, which
However
I'm
you
very good
choose
at.
to summon wind beneath
with,
you.
with an unpleasant noise.
With an unpleasant noise, you
A
summon
suspicious
wind.
sound.
A suspicious sound, you summon wind beneath you. Do we not have a fart sound effect? We haven't prepped a fart sound effect. I am so sorry. Testus arrives.
Luckily, I can make my own.
Testus, you float above this slightly rising drawbridge and can land with both feet on it, and you have clear line of sight to the cultist that Constance has just bashed in the face, and the other one next to them.
I shall send. Now, if I did a cloud of daggers, would
No, you can affect one of them with a cloud of daggers.
I
That's
hear the
correct.
noise and I know what's
You're
happening.
fine.
I'll pick the one that hasn't been smacked in the face. And
Summon a cloud of daggers that
Summon a cloud of
floats around this cultist. How do your cloud of daggers appear? How does your spell manifest?
it's a noxious green gas full of.
You are
sharp
steering into the
bits.
skid on this, aren't you?
I mean, lean into it. That's my motto. I've got
A noxious cloud with
I have a
sharp bits in
palette,
it.
and I'm going to use it.
Lovely. That happens on its turn. It will take damage from that because it is in it.
Cloud of daggers or sharp flatulence.
Sharp flatulence. That's what we'll call it. Great. Emmett, you were a bit further back, but you were in the same position. You could also try and rise up to reach the drawbridge. However, it is starting to rise, but you'd have to use an athletics check to really grab on and pull yourself up. Would you like to do so?
I would like to follow my fellow sorcerer's
Okay.
footsteps.
Please do. You'll need.
Temptress magic.
You will need your athletics check plus your rising sorceress wind to drive you up and over this drawbridge.
Ooh, plus a -1. Be a 3.
A 3. You rise up and you try and get over, but you're not getting over this drawbridge. You are now hanging off the edge of it. As it slowly rises, you're going up, 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 up. And also, because of the way the drawbridge is situated, you are currently hanging over a lot of spiky wooden logs. So you have put yourself in harm's way, Emmett, something you don't enjoy. Roberta, would you like to make another wisdom saving throw to avoid the hold
please.
person spell, please?
Nope.
Nope, Roberta is still locked, paralysed on the ground as
She's sort of sliding down the.
Roll the 3.
No, she's literally no. She was off the edge of the
she was off
drawbridge,
there.
so she is currently just sat there while the rest of people are approaching. They can't get onto this drawbridge, so at this point it's up to you guys to save the day, I'm afraid, because the rest of the army are now out in the open with spells and arrows raining down from the keep. Three of you,
We can
possibly
do it,
Roberta as well, if
guys.
she manages to get unparalysed, that are dealing with this issue.
Do you know what really frustrates me? Is one of the
What?
spells I took is Lesser Restoration, so I can fix this. Just not right.
No, you
not
can't.
on my-
That's
Not
not
on
how
my
that spell works, I'm afraid. Sorry.
No,
Doesn't
it's not-
try.
It starts paralysis, it
But not
does.
for me.
Not for you, no. So, let us continue. The cultist, the one you hit across the face, is looking at you with some consternation and casts a spell. And as it casts a spell, it appears that around him, his shimmering energy is surrounding him and increasing his armor class, making it harder for you to hit him.
Just like a wife murderer.
Can you also make a dexterity saving throw, please? That was only a bonus action. 4. As he does this, he also steps back and casts a spell at you, and a sort of glowing, radiant green energy pours out of his hands, and you take 7 points of radiant damage as he tries to infect you. Yeah, no, that's right, isn't it? Testus, I believe Cloud of Daggers is 4d4? Is that correct?
That is correct.
That's not the default damage. Cool. Can you roll me 4d4, please?
I certainly can.
Thank you. He has not avoided it.
That's that 4. Plus 3.
7. The other cultist takes 7 points of damage as the stabbing daggers all round, 7 javelins, I'm sorry, cuts through. He tries to roll out of the way and move, but manages to roll very badly and trip over himself because of the dagger slashes, and is now kneeling. Looking at you, however, he raises a hand and shouts. What's he going to shout? Stop! Can you roll a wisdom saving throw, please?
That's 17.
Ha! You don't stop anything.
No!
No! Command fails. Lovely.
Can't
Constance.
stop the wind.
There's a catchphrase. Constance, what would you like to do?
I want to hit the guy. No, I want to go into a rage. Thinking to flash back to when it all happened, and I want to hit the guy who's just been trying to put a spell on me.
Go for it. God.
So this is an advantage, right?
Really? Why?
Where I'm in a rage, so I have advantage on strength
Yes, you do.
checks.
You have an advantage on your attack. That's correct.
Advantage on attack. Here we go.
His AC is 15 at the moment,
Oh, they're both 14. So
which you easily hit. This glowing shield around this cultist he's tried to put up, you just smash through with your warhammer and golf swing this guy straight across the chest.
Nice.
Can you roll me the damage on that,
So
please?
it's plus 2 bonus to damage roll.
Correct.
So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
You smash this cultist across the chest. He stumbles back, very clearly very badly hurt, but not out for the count yet. Close, but no cigar. You have pushed him to the brink. And also, his concentration fades, and the shimmering energy around him fades as well. You have broken his concentration, so he can only maintain his spell. Testus, you can maintain Cloud of Daggers as a bonus action, correct if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
In other words, you can maintain this Cloud of Daggers on the one cultist and still cast the spell if you so choose to. What would you like to do?
Yeah, well, I'll do that. And,
No, it doesn't even spend a bonus action, it's just there until you drop it.
Just their concentration. You have all of your actions and a Cloud of Daggers that you also control, seemingly by doing nothing at all, so it's just there.
Great.
Oh, moving it's a bonus action, isn't
Oh,
it?
it doesn't move, it just stays
Oh, it just stays there. Cool. You've summoned a cloud of sharp flatulence and now is there forever until you stop thinking about it.
Okay.
That's what's happened. But you have your actions, you have your bonus actions. What would you like to do? One cultist, Constance, is hammering into. I think that's
Okay.
fair to say. The other one is in your cloud of sharp flatulence, taking lots of rather noxious cuts across the face.
Okay, well, I'll leave him suffering from my sharp flatulence.
Sure.
And maybe, what have I got here? Oh, would the guy that is being hammered be within range of Ray of Frost?
Yes, absolutely.
I shall freeze him a bit.
Make a spell attack roll, please. So add your... Have you got a spell attack on there?
Yeah, 17. 3.
23. You resolutely hit him. Where would you like the Ray of Frost to impact on the cultist?
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Sub-Zero.
oh, let's go for his head.
Straight for the head.
Straight for
Lovely.
Oh,
Can
can I? Oh, yeah.
roll the damage for me, please.
Where are we? Let's see. Oh,
Is it on there?
No.
I believe it's a D8.
A D8. Great.
Plus your... Is it just a flat D8?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then it's sadly just a 2.
2 points of damage. The cultist rears back, his head
Toothache.
now encased in this block of ice. Constance, for flavour and flavour alone, since Testus has felled this cultist, would you like to do anything with this image?
Yeah, I'm going to use just a real quick hammer on that head.
And shatter it to pieces. One cultist falls
That's
headless.
how we do.
That's how we do. Excellent.
Yeah, freeze and smash. We can make this a thing.
Emmett, you are currently hanging off the drawbridge. It's now about 20 feet up.
God, this is why I don't want to be heroic. Why does this always happen?
Now, your tempestuous magic would allow you to very easily get on top of said drawbridge. It is now at quite a steep angle, but there is still one cultist being stabbed around by sharp flatulence if you'd like to deal with that situation. You also both all note that the portcullis is still slowly closing. It is currently a couple rounds away from being shut.
How far away is the cultist from my position on the
The drawbridge is about 30 feet long, so once you get on top, about 30 feet.
So if I push myself up, can I just essentially get on the ramp, roll away down to the cultist's feet,
Yeah.
look up to him terrified,
Yeah.
and then do shocking grasp on him?
Yes, of course you can. That is absolutely fine. I will allow that completely. So using your tempestuous magic as you get your shocking grasp ready, you flip, roll. It should look pretty cool, but because it's Emmett, it doesn't look cool so much as like a small rabbit trying to escape from something. You bundle down and roll down this 30 feet and just land next to this person and go, hi, and grab them, and a shocking grasp goes through them. Can you just roll the spell attack roll for that, please?
Crit failure.
It is a critical failure. Roll the damage anyway.
This is Emmett.
Roll the damage anyway.
What is shocking grasp?
I believe it's a D8 again.
Would it be 5?
No, it wouldn't. You take 5 points of damage yourself. As you're rolling down, you grab by mistake, you grab yourself, and it's just you land at his feet, juddering, shivering, as you manage to electrocute yourself in the process of trying to do something.
Oh no.
Emmett, ladies and gentlemen.
Roberta, would you like to roll against the hold person effect?
15.
You are no longer paralyzed.
Yes!
You managed to unkink yourself. You are now standing beneath the drawbridge, which is about 20 feet above you and rising. You also don't get any actions because that's the end of your turn. I am sorry. That is how this game works. The cultist who is left. You want to roll the what was it? What was the damage from the? Roll it again. 44. Have it again. 44. Yeah. The flatulence is still shock. Ooh.
7.
Ooh. 12 points of damage. Ooh, wow. The cultist stumbles out of the sharp flatulence and is running under the portcullis, running back in, shouting, "Quickly! They're coming in!" And inside, other cultists and guards are now lining up to get in your way. To get through them, to get to the machinery that deals with the portcullis might be difficult. Might be difficult.
So
dear.
so we can't see any machinery that's like...
Well, it is your turn, so I'm going to allow you an investigation check to see machinery.
If you can find it, I might be able to freeze it.
God damn it, Testus.
Investigation is 7.
7.
Yeah.
There's lots of pulleys and gears that are moving this drawbridge up and down and that portcullis up and down, but you don't understand anything about how it works.
Do you think I could give that drawbridge a really good whack?
What, the drawbridge itself?
Yeah, to hit it back down.
You know what? Yeah, I do. That's a great idea.
Oh, Clara! Was her name Clara? I can't remember.
It was Clara.
The red mist descends.
It's gonna break the drawbridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to make an attack roll against said drawbridge,
I want
please?
to hit the drawbridge. I
Cool.
wonder if I hit it.
Yeah, roll a d20 and see if you hit it.
Oh, that's a 4 plus 6.
That's enough. You, realizing this whole situation is going pear-shaped pretty quickly, just turn around, leap up into the air, pull your hammer over your head and just smash the drawbridge back down. Roll damage, please.
Damage.
All of your normal rage, everything else.
Oh yeah, with the rage.
Thank you.
Oh, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4, 8.
8 points of damage. You smash the drawbridge. The whole drawbridge, this 30-foot by 10-foot construction, just wobbles under all of your feet. And you note, as you two note, as being rather intelligent sorcerers, I think relatively intelligent sorcerers? Relatively? Relatively?
Yeah, they're not dumb.
You're not dumb. Not.
Average.
I'm more charismatic than intelligent.
And Roberto, I will say you notice as well from the outside, as you see the whole drawbridge judder, the chains that hold this drawbridge up and are pulling it up and down shudder with a loud ching. Make of that what you will. Testus, what would you like to do? The portcullis is lowering, the drawbridge is rising. How do you want to fix this problem?
So have I got a good view of the mechanisms from where I am?
You are standing in the doorway and you can see there are chains going up and into a, I think that's called a barbican as well, the area above the gatehouse where this drawbridge goes up. You can also see chains coming out of it that are currently lowering the portcullis.
The chains that are coming out,
yes.
I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, the ones going to the portcullis or the drawbridge?
The portcullis.
The portcullis?
Yeah.
Going to shatter the portcullis ones.
Oh, shatter them? No, I meant freeze them to hold them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it...
Interesting. Would you like to aim maybe more for the gears and machinery than for the actual
exactly.
chains themselves? Please, can you roll the spell attack, Bryce?
Critical. That's a 1.
Cool, roll the damage.
What was it? A D8?
It's 1d8.
Yeah.
So glad you're okay.
That's a 5. That's a 5.
Testus, seeing what's going on, decides to help out, and you fire a ray of frost at the chains holding the portcullis up. You're going for the machinery, but you hit the chain. And the chain starts to ice over and looks like a fairly well-timed smack could probably shatter it. That probably wouldn't be that helpful, though, because the portcullis then would be down. But anyway, the process has started.
Nobody hit the chains!
Hit the chains!
No!
Emmett, what would you like to do?
Is there still a cultist next to me?
The cultists have retreated inside behind the portcullis. They are currently all holding their action, waiting to see what happens.
Oh, thank God, because I'm prone on the ground. I'd like to get up off the ground.
Half your movement, that's fine.
I like the idea that all
I'd
stood
like
there
to look
going,
around.
should we attack? Let's see what happens. These guys look pretty dumb.
What they are doing is quite literally not wasting their spells on you.
So the portcullis is closing. We need to get through it.
And the drawbridge behind you is going up as well.
I see. This doesn't look good either option.
What would you like to do?
Is there somewhere I could just cower behind?
I mean, when the portcullis is up and the drawbridge is up, you would literally be in a doorway. If the portcullis is down and the drawbridge is down, there'd be a hot doorway. There is nowhere to literally hide behind unless you want to try and hide behind the drawbridge underneath where there are spiky wooden sticks. Or if you want to try and, I don't know, get inside the fortress where there's a bunch of people waiting for you to try and get inside.
We'll help our friends get here so you don't have to be fighting on your own.
Yeah, I want some reinforcements.
Okay, how do you want to get reinforcements?
Okay, this target the chains on the
Drawbridge.
that's coming up.
What are you targeting the chains with? Because a ray of frost didn't do a huge amount of damage.
Let's try a chromatic orb.
Ooh!
We'll do it cold damage.
Splendid. Fire a chromatic orb at the chains holding up the drawbridge.
Fine. What is 18 to hit.
18. Seeing your ally's attempts and realizing that he's got the wrong end of the stick, you stand and you cast your spell and create an orb of cold energy that you fire at the chains holding up the drawbridge, and you impact. Roll 3d8. Ooh, come on. 11. Excellent. The cold damage impacts the chain, seeps through it, and the chain literally starts to fracture and bend, and suddenly the drawbridge starts to be sort of half balanced up and down. It is currently being pulled up on one side and falling on the other, which is putting huge amounts of strain on the wood that livers underneath it. There's horrible sounds of twisting and snapping beneath you. Good start, though. Roberta.
So
The drawbridge is currently 25 foot up on one side, roughly hanging off at about 20 on the other. The whole bit of wood looks like it's almost being torn apart by this. What would you like to do?
can I be clear about where I am? Because I'm not sure. Did I manage to clear the drawbridge and
Yes.
then get paralysed?
Yes.
So I'm on the other side of the drawbridge.
You are currently looking up at it.
Great. That's really helpful. Okay. I don't have a lot to do.
There are armies of people surrounding you, trying desperately to get cover underneath the drawbridge with shields as spells and arrows are raining down from the outside of the fortress and causing some casualties amongst your allies. This needs to get dealt with sharpish.
Alright, I am going to turn to one of the dwarf barbarians
Yes.
and say, give me a boost, which is gonna give them inspiration.
Okay, you inspire a dwarf barbarian.
You take this.
I've got it. I want to use one of yours, fine. It's a weighty dice.
Yeah,
Ooh.
my nice metal dice. Enjoy. And
inspiring.
then I want the dwarf barbarian to help like boost me so I can make the 20-foot jump and try and grab onto the drawbridge and pull myself up.
Cool. Let me roll this first. That is a natural 20 plus 5 on the inspiration dice. Roberta,
Yeah.
the dwarf barbarian, looks at you, shrugs, grabs you by the front of the shirt and just hurls you.
Amazing.
And you go flying with a Wilhelm scream, hopefully, straight up and combat roll over and down this juddering portcullis. You've used your drawbridge. You've used your bonus action to inspire him to do that for you. You still have your action. What would you like to do?
First of all, she wouldn't have screamed because she planned this, so let's just like
Oh,
make that right
fine.
there. Second of all, after she comes out of the combat roll, am I anywhere near a chain?
You know what? It was a natural 20. Yes.
Right, I'm near a chain. Great. So I just want to I want to take my dagger and I want to actually no, I'll do it with my rapier. I want to try and shove it in and break one of the links to see if I can get it to drop.
You want to break the chain link on a portcullis with a stabbing weapon like a rapier, which is a long, thin sword.
It's all I have.
It's your
I
prerogative.
kind of okay. Let's do it with the dagger, and I want to try and pry it apart. I'm not trying to break. I'm trying to pry the link.
Okay, make the attack roll and roll the damage, and this better be good.
With my dagger, because I don't want to break my rapier. Oh, that's a 21. No, modified 20. Sorry.
You reach into one of the chain links here, because you're basically, as you slide past, because it goes from the top to the top, as you slide past, you jam your dagger in, and you are currently hanging by said dagger off the chain. Tell me how much damage you do while twisting the dagger to see if you can snap this chain link.
6.
6 points of damage. You twist it, and the chain link starts to bend and buckle, but it's not quite snapped. You are currently hanging off. You are there helping. The entire drawbridge is still being pulled up. You're still going up about 5 foot around, and you can see that you are basically heading towards being slowly, quite horribly crushed against the wall if this doesn't get sorted quickly.
I'm sure I'll get it next round. It's fine.
Yeah, all right, good, good. At this point, the cultists within. Just gonna do a general roll for this. Yeah. At this point, the cultists within, realizing that their fortress is under attack and that you guys might actually manage to do this, arrows start hailing all around you. No one's armor class is under a 10, is it? No, didn't think so. Arrows hail around you, jam into the drawbridge beside you, spells go off near you, but no one manages to hit you. You are, all 4 of you, under heavy attack trying to deal with this problem now. But I rolled very badly on 2 20-sided dice. That is a shame. Constance, what would you like to do? The drawbridge is still the drawbridge is still going up, and the portcullis is still going down, and you're under attack. It is your choice. You could still get under the portcullis if you want to. In another couple of rounds, you won't be able to.
And the machinery for the drawbridge is on the other side of the portcullis.
Everything's on the other side of the portcullis. Otherwise, it would be a terrible guard situation.
And there are guards in the door of the portcullis.
The guards are just behind the portcullis, not wanting to be crushed by said portcullis, and there are a lot of them.
Well, then I'm going to look to my allies, sort of communicate without words what my plan is going to be, which is run towards the guards and fight my way through them, so that they can go in behind me.
Okay.
And get the machinery.
Right. Okay. You combat roll under the slowly going down portcullis, and in front of you there are 5 cultists who are all ready for you.
Haha.
Right.
The chains.
Maybe I should have.
Don't listen to
Don't
people
know.
that. Break the chains.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh no.
I do not fear death.
Good.
That's
Now,
good.
you are raging,
Yeah.
and you are Totem the Bear, so we halve all this damage, thank heavens.
There.
Pretty much a bear. God, I rolled high. You take 10 points of damage as these sickening glowing rays surround you, but you shrug off all the damage and you barrel straight forward and you start laying into them. You have 1 attack. You can hit 1 cultist. Do you want to go straight for them?
Ooh. Can I go past them?
I'd like you to make an athletics check to literally just barrel roll through them.
Yeah, so that I can get to the machine.
In your head, you hear, do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel! Okay. Athletics.
Reference you like there. Is that
Great. Here we go. 8 plus 6.
14.
Yeah.
I'll roll for it. You impact the row of about 5 cultists, some of them armoured, some of them not, and you're starting to push through them, but they are holding fast. You are currently pushing, raging, biting, smashing, but you're not breaking through their line. You're just pushing their line back by about 5 feet, not even very far. But you are also drawing all of their fire.
You're welcome.
Like that is appreciated, yes?
I'm nearly dead.
Test us.
Well, the obvious things I can do, there's no dwarf in the way.
You could try helping with the portcullis or the drawbridge.
Yeah. So just to get in my mind's eye, so
Yes.
the portcullis is coming down.
Yes.
How far beyond the portcullis is he? And
About 10 feet.
10 feet, okay. And the machinery's like right behind it, so...
The machinery is probably above you. You don't know.
Okay.
Come on, test us.
I'll attack the...
All glory
I'll
is
attack
fleeting.
the guys, I've decided I don't really know what I'm doing with that machinery, so I don't want to risk it.
So you dive under
I'll leave
the.
that to wiser sorcerers than myself.
So you dive under the portcullis and
I
take the
dive under
fight.
the portcullis and
Okay, what do you do?
cast. Oh, let's have something horrible.
Do it.
I'll cast Shatter from next to the group, so that ideally he's like on the.
So
edge of
you
the spell.
create a ringing, horrible sound effect in their ears. Yeah, that one. And it rings around them and does them damage, but out of the range of your ally.
Ideally, yes.
Cool. I'm going to roll some saving throws. Can you roll 3d8, please?
18.
18. 2 of them fall to the floor, their ears ringing, screaming. 1 falls to the floor, screaming about half as much.
I am the one who dealt it. That's his catchphrase.
I am the one who dealt it.
Bringing a different meaning to shatter.
Oh, lovely. Emmett?
That's why we're invited to these things.
How fragile is this drawbridge looking?
Very.
Is it splintered?
The drawbridge itself is fine, but the chain is very damaged. He's already started to break that chain. Maybe help with stopping the portcullis coming down.
Yes, let's do that.
What have you got that can help with that?
It's massive, isn't it?
That's fine, I got man. Let's do another chromatic orb at it.
Are you doing a chromatic orb at the portcullis itself? Or at the chains hold the portcullis up?
We'll do the chains, I would just break them. So at the actual portcullis. Well, how strong is portcullis?
It's made of metal, but acid burns through metal like nothing.
Yeah, it's true. Yes, let's do a acid chromatic orb at it. Let's see if I can just destroy this thing.
Go for it.
Ooh, another 18.
Yeah, you hit your chromatic orb. Acidic chromatic orb impacts the portcullis and burns. Keep going. Burns.
And it's fine.
It's off the table. Roll.
It's off the charts.
That's 11.
11. You fire a chromatic orb at the portcullis and acid starts to burn a gigantic hole in the portcullis, easily allowing allies to get through and help your 2 allies on the inside who are currently fighting. Twist that dagger.
Yeah. That's a 16.
Do the damage.
8!
Perfect. Max damage. You twist, and the chain that's holding this portcullis up snaps, and it lands. As it does,
Yeah.
the armies cheer, and your allies start rushing in to help your 2 allies currently fighting, and the fight has been taken to the courtyard, and that's where we end this hour of adventure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. You dealt with a door. Classic D&D problem. Thank you
Emmett's
so
done more damage to himself than anyone else has.
Thank you so much for joining us for this hour of Adventurers Wanted. If you'd like to join us again, you can buy tickets from the Ed Fringe website or the box office outside there. We are on from 10:30 till 2:30 every day of the Fringe. And we'll be playing every hour of the adventure again, so you'll be able to follow the ongoing story and what happens next. If you can't join us in person, we are streaming live at twitch.tv. Hello, Twitch stream. Hello. twitch.tv/adventurerswanted. You can watch live as we play or catch videos. They also go onto YouTube after that, which is Adventurers Wanted on YouTube as well, I think. If you don't like your shows interactive and would rather just read them, which is also a possibility, I have no problem with that, our stage managers, Nemo and Naomi, are tweeting the entire adventure in interactive novelette form, so you can catch up on the story that way as well. Might be nice for your tube ride home or something like that. That's very London-specific. Train ride home, bus ride home. There we go, that's better. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Adventurers250 or Adventurers Wanted. You can find us on all of those, which I know very little about because I am old. And you can also, if you want to buy tickets, not just for watching the show, you can also buy player tickets and join us at the table. It's the same price as watching the show, and you get to also roll some dice and make silly decisions, which is a lovely thing to do. If you like what we do to such a degree that you think you want to support us in that or patronise us in it, we have a Patreon page where you can support us with a host of rewards starting from just £5 to help us bring role-playing games to the masses in a more general way. Before we go, I would like to give our players a chance to plug what they are working on at the Fringe outside of this. Do you want to take us away, lads?
Sure.
Because you're going to do one together, I presume.
Yes, we're in a show.
There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This is a show called Providence. It's on Assembly Front Rooms. Assembly Rooms, the front room at 5 p.m. every day of the Fringe. It is about the author H.P. Lovecraft and his life and his works. It's a comedy.
Call of Cthulhu and other such eldritch horrors.
So
Lovely.
if you're a fan of RPGs, you might be a fan of Lovecraft. So come along. And
Do you play? Who do you both play?
I
Because
play Lovecraft.
you play Lovecraft.
And I play Edgar Allan Poe.
You play Edgar Poe. That's why the moustache. Yeah.
And everyone else.
And everyone else. Lovely. Very
Can we just
good.
be clear, we're a fan of Lovecraft's stories, but not necessarily his politics.
Oh, well, that comes
Yeah.
up
Yes, that's very fair. Yeah, Lovecraft was a great
The
person.
show is about that.
Oh,
and
good.
why-
Lovely.
yeah,
Excellent.
it's a tricky issue.
That's good. I like that. Tricky issues are good. Nate, what do you want to plug?
I don't have another show at the Fringe because I'm here all the time, but I am. I do run a blog called D&D Plans on Tumblr. It's dndplans.tumblr.com, and I post my plans for my homebrew campaign there and what I'm planning on doing with a group of people who promise not to read it. And if you would also like to submit plans and for us to have a conversation of constructive feedback and helping each other and just building a nice place for people to come and get help, that would be great. So give it a follow and submit your stuff.
DMs support each other. This is good. Chris?
I'm just going to plug all of Sweet Venues.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's where we're on. Sweet Venues is
Sweet
great.
Venues, a lovely venue. We're in the Grass Market and at Novotel. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So follow along and come see some shows this Ed Fringe.
There we go. Sweet Venues. Top dollar.
Yes.
Now, we have to have a quick turnaround now because I've overrun. So if I could ask you all to vacate the premises, and if you want to buy more tickets, grab them at the box office outside, and we'll see you again in 5-10 minutes. Bye, Twitch stream. Bye, everyone.